Oh my!
Oh, you're. What?
Wow.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm
You're
not
wearing
looking.
a kilt.
3, 2, 1.
The way you said it.
Oh.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Server Restart In. It is a weekly World of Warcraft podcast hosted by three opinionated players who like to get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jim. I am joined by Kristen.
Hello.
And Brian.
Hello.
And 10.1 still going on. Stuff's happening.
Still
Not a
going
lot
on.
of stuff. I guess Liquid got
World first.
world first on the mythic thing. Woohoo! Big deal. It was like
Yay.
it was like 3 days, right?
No, it was like right before reset.
So like 3 days. I mean, it's
No.
like not a big deal, right?
No,
They
it's
actually,
not
I think
3
they did it a
days.
lot quicker this time, didn't they?
It was.
Yeah, I
it was
think-
before the first reset. Yes, but first reset, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's only been out.
It feels like a couple of days because I
only-
wasn't paying attention.
It's only been out a week, so.
Yeah. So because of that, somebody from there got the world first legendary. The drop for the Drakthir.
Did
It's
you say world first legendary?
yeah, because
I
It
see what you're saying.
wasn't
Sorry.
unlocked until.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
Gotcha.
because they got it off of Mythic. They got the quest. They completed the quest, which was world first, which unlocks it for everything, or North American servers at least. It's a fucking 457 eye level item. That's high. The highest you can get right now is 441.
It is a legendary then?
Yes, and it is evoker only. So
I feel like they've got to make it worthwhile because it's gonna go through the rest of the expansion, right?
I'm
The
sure.
legendary.
We
so.
don't have legendaries otherwise, though, do we?
No. No, and I feel that it will probably get a boost. Maybe. I don't know.
Can you get it in LFR too?
So that's a thing, right? Is that
I'm just curious.
I think that once it was achieved before, you can now get it
On any different.
on any difficulty. You can't get it in LFR until that wing because it's
Sure.
the last boss, but it's just way more rare at the lower difficulties.
Sure.
But you still have a chance. It's kind of like the skins for the Razageth and for the Hell Drake or whatever from this current raid. Like they still have a very little chance to drop off the last boss in LFR, but obviously it goes up higher when you get to the higher difficulty. They defeated Sarkareth, got the Titan Gem, cracked Titan Gem, which give them the quest line, makes the artifact, blah, 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 gives them the thing. And a lot of places in Valdrakken on every server in North America, like these golden orbs started showing up, or motes of power and stuff like that. And it unlocked that as well as a pet called the Mote of Nazuro, which will you can get now just by the fact that they did that. So that's kind of cool that it's everything's unlocked now. It's a pretty interesting way to do that.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
Yep. There's currently a blue post for the initial response on the upgrade system. Talking about, and it says the existing crust and fragment arrangement certainly contributes to inventory management concerns. And I don't know who posted this.
No shit.
Yeah, it's like, let's go ahead and have everything. Some things are currency, like the Flightstones are currency, and everything else is
Not.
not. So it's all crafting stuff, and it sits in your reagent bag and all that stuff. So It says, while I can't promise anything at this early stage, moving Crest to the currency tab is under serious consideration, and I think it's more likely to happen than not for next season. Additionally, having players capped on a given tier of Crest getting the next tier down as fallback rewards is under discussion.
Only if you can upgrade them. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, like if you could upgrade them to another thing, you get so many that you could upgrade them to the, like that seems like it would be a nice thing to do.
It would be nice to be able to upgrade the crest up, but I think that's not. I don't know. It's going to be the same system next.
I mean,
season,
maybe
so.
only up to like the current ones that you own. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that if you are on like the champion ones or whatever, it should go up to like the worm ones, or if you haven't had any of those worm ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard. It's
like unlocking them. So once you've unlocked them, you should be able to upgrade something into that. Sure, make it, don't make it like something little like 10, but maybe you earn a lot of them.
Yeah, it's
200. No,
it's
that's
not,
too many, but you know what I mean?
It's not
like,
a bad concept of a system to have all that thing. It's just there shouldn't be a cap, really, or at least there shouldn't be a cap that's easy to hit each week. It's like it should be maybe a little bit more time, so like maybe you don't hit the cap every week. And so, but if you're really hardcore, you do kind of grind it, and you can. Yeah, definitely having it all in your bag kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Especially since you can't use them if they're not in your bag. Like if they're in your bank.
Really? You can't use them?
No, you have to go get them out of the fucking bank if you want to upgrade something.
Oh,
it's annoying. It's like, I can craft with shit in the bank. Let me fucking upgrade
That's
with
hilarious.
Shit in the bank.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's kind of dumb.
It's probably an oversight, so...
Shocker.
They just need to turn it into, like, if they can't turn it into, like, like the elemental stuff that you can, like, combine and break apart.
Oh, the rousing and the awaken stuff?
Yeah, they should just make it all that way. So, like, if you have the highest tier, you could break it into the next tier. And then you could break those down and those down. And then if you want to go back up, you just combine them back together.
Yeah. I don't know. It's... The fragments going up into the crests is one thing. I don't know if it makes any sense to break down. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I didn't realize it was that complex until like yesterday.
It's intended for
I didn't realize that like it went up like 4 tiers.
Yeah, with Mythic being the highest, like 441 is
Yeah.
the highest, but you can't get anything at that. You have to get champion gear that you upgrade to that. And it's just like, they want you to, like, if you're doing a certain level of content, if you're only doing open world PvE content, you're at most getting adventurer stuff, right? And so you get the fragments that you can use to upgrade that, which then you can use to upgrade to be able to do more difficult content if you choose. If you're only doing, I don't know if you get them from heroic dungeons or whatnot, but like, you're kind of like, really only intended to, at a certain level of difficulty, be able to bump it up into like the low levels of the next difficulty, so that way you can do those and progress up. But it just sucks when you're starting at like the second or like the highest tier. It's like all that stuff before, it's no use. It just takes up space. It's like, what the fuck do you do with it?
Yeah.
It's like, I trash gear all the time. I mean, I'm not trashing the tokens because I don't know if there's anything I need them for. Like maybe something will come in and stuff like that. But like the lower gear is just kind of pointless when you're, and give them an option for fucking something. And it's like the fact that the currency has, it's like for the crest rewards, right? Make it like you either can get the piece of gear or you can get Flightstones or something like that. Don't make me take something. I'm just gonna...
Flightstones are capped though, so
well,
they're
that's what I mean. They shouldn't be
worthless
capped
too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very tight system, and there's no room for
you want to
starting
know
at the
what my
top.
current issue is?
Yes.
I first read Flightstones as Flintstones,
Because we
And
have
I can't-
Flintstone Kids
I cannot stop reading it as Flintstones now.
and growing.
Every fucking time.
Are they chewable?
I don't know, but that's what I think. I feel like they're Flintstones medicine things or whatever.
Yeah, the Flintstones
Like,
Kids vitamins.
ah,
Oh,
my
those were
poor
those were
brain.
so good. I don't know why. Like
I don't know why they were so good.
probably because it wasn't real medicine.
they were.
That's my
Well, no,
guess.
because they were vitamins. I mean, they weren't. It
Yeah,
wasn't
it's one
like.
of those vitamins that you just piss out anyways. Like nothing beneficial.
Yeah, it was just like, all right, kids, here's your Flintstone vitamins, and I think like at a
We're
certain
Flintstones kids.
Yeah. 10 million strong and growing.
But
Oh my God.
it's funny because that's like a generational thing. Like I don't know how prevalent Flintstones are anymore. So like kids nowadays
They're
probably have
definitely
no.
still there, but yeah, I don't think.
Well, it's like they don't have the selling power that they did when we were kids because our parents grew up with the Flintstones.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we watched it, but it was really a marketing thing to be like, hey, remember these guys when you were kids? Now they can help your kids get big and strong. And, it's like, that would like
Yeah, I didn't
people
think about
like
that.
nowadays, like if they made like, what did we grow up with? Like Ninja Turtle vitamins or like Rugrat vitamins.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Or like SpongeBob vitamins, right? It's like something
Sponge-
that, you know what I mean? It would be like that kind of thing. Something that like we grew up with. Transformers vitamins, right?
Hilarious.
It's like,
There
fuck,
you
I'd
go.
buy them and take those. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
But-
I love it.
Yep. Yeah, so, the gearing system needs, a little bit of work, but it's not,
It's not bad though. Like
it's not
I mean,
bad, but it's not as good as it could be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's a start, right?
It's
I would
the
say the only
problem-
thing that bothers me is when I need the next tier up, even just for my like leveling gear stuff. Like I have blues, and then when it hits that point where it needs the additional token, and then I don't immediately know how to go get that token. Like that's the annoying part. I really wish there was more of like because all this gear is still under what like raid level. What is normal raid? I don't know. What do you know?
415. It starts at 415. So it's not.
Yeah,
is
so
it
for sure
veteran?
this stuff is probably still under raid finder.
I just
So the fact that
wish
I can't just go out and get it.
I wish they would open up the stupid tier thing already because it's stupid making you wait on it. It sucks. Because I have all this gear that I don't know if I want to upgrade or not. I have these great 437 pants that would be cool to, I mean, I don't really have to upgrade them, but it'd be cool to be able to use them, but I can't because I don't
It
know.
breaks
I
the
don't,
tier
it
one.
breaks my tier. And I don't know, I don't know if that's the piece that I'm going to want to use for, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, so
it might not be the best tier piece. It might be one to leave as a normal piece. I think that what it should be is that, in the beginning, instead of waiting for, I don't know if they're going to be waiting for like Dungeon Finder or Raid Finder to be like fully open before like that kind of time period, like 6 to 8 weeks. But what it should be, it's like, it should be kind of like the Sparks right now. Not an initial charge off the beginning, but it's like one every 2 weeks. So you don't get one the first week, but the second week you could. So you could get a piece of gear. And then maybe you get one in the following week doing your raiding stuff or from your vault. If not, then the fourth week you could build a 2-set. Like have it be slow before it, kind of like how it initially was, right? Initially, it was you built a charge every 7 days until it was starting to build charges like every day or something like that. The initial one in Zereth Mortis, like it's started off slow so that it at least is there at the beginning. Have it like start counting down. So and you know what? Not the first week, fine, because it fucks. Not fucks with, but it could potentially mess up the world first shit or whatever, or just make it start as soon as they're done, and they were done the first week. So I mean, my stuff still stands. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It would be better than just completely waiting.
Yeah.
You know,
It sucks because I'm still using the old tier because I am very unlucky with tier gear. And I won't get tier until I get tier from the Crucible. You know? Like, I won't get tier in the vault. I'll get, something stupid because, that's just how it goes.
right?
I don't know. It's frustrating.
I know it is frustrating.
Frustrating relying on luck to get something, when before it didn't matter. Like so we always talk about, when we had 40-man raids and you would get 2 pieces of gear that dropped, but you had 40 people in those raids to make up for you not getting anything good. You know what I mean? You had 40 people in the raid to, yes, there was a lot more competition for the things that you were getting, but you had 40 people in the raid, whereas we have 10 people in our raid. So it's definitely
It's more beneficial to have people get
gear
and gear up so that you can progress better.
Yeah, rather than, not.
Which I will say that, we had our first raid night and, we downed the first 3 bosses, the ones that are in the LFR wing, and then got some pretty decent progress on the 4th boss and all that stuff. I mean, there's BOEs are back. So, like the purple BOEs. Nice. Yeah, so we got like 3 or 4 of them drop, I think, in there. Like it's not a bad raid so far.
It's very, very heavy with the healing. It's a very healing heavy raid.
That could just be our group and and not being familiar with it yet, and that should hopefully go down with more familiarity with the bosses, because a lot of people have been kind of taking a break and not really playing that much. They kind of have to get back into the habit. Reacclimate to how to play WoW.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm not supposed to stand in stuff.
Please don't stand in stuff.
Yeah.
Please use your
standing
defensives.
in stuff is bad. What?
Please use your defensives. They're there for
That's
a
what
reason.
healers are for. Gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. I don't know. We did some mythic pluses. We've been doing some pretty decently with those, and then we ran some with Brian. Brian got to play as Warlock and do some mythics. We did a couple. We did like a 2 and a 5 or something like that. I don't remember what they were.
We were just talking about that earlier.
We do a 6.
I don't remember what they were.
I don't remember.
9?
We ran.
Was that 9? Was it a 9?
Look in your. Are you in the game? You can pull.
No,
up,
let me go check.
You can pull up your mythic dungeon tab, and it'll tell you what they were.
You see it on the armory?
Maybe
Probably not.
Maybe Raider IO, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. You finally got to play your Warlock in some group content, and
it was fun.
Was it?
I enjoyed it.
Did you have a good time?
I did have a good time.
Cool. You should do it more with us.
I wish I had more of that time to have a good time.
Yes. Yeah, I know. That's the
I
hard
did
part,
respect
right?
though. I respect, and I got a tiny bit more AoE. So, and I got the lone wolf. I think I told you that in the game
pet sack
the other day or
thing?
something. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm not really keen on having to deal with a pet running around. So, but yeah, pretty cool.
That's good. That's it's. What spec are you playing?
Fire mage.
Destro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea how to play the other specs at all. There's nothing.
Yeah, I
The
started.
good thing about Destro is that it just feels like it's a fire mage. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a level 9. We did Underrot 9.
that's right.
We did Oldemon 2 first and Underrot 9.
We went from a 2 to a 9. You just dipped your toe in and then pushed you in the deep end.
That's awesome though. I got a 428 for it.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, it's been the keys have been interesting. We haven't.
Entangling wasn't bad. I I didn't mind. Well, I mean, I play a druid, so all I have to do is shift into another form, and and I'm done. With that resolving that mechanic. So it's nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to move. I can just go kitty and then go right back. And
I can see it being an issue in certain tight spaces where you're trying to pull minimal mobs at a time. If people run too far and aren't watching and pull extra mobs, I mean, it happens. So I can see that being just something to be cognizant of. So, but yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't even notice the slow because I can always just pop Death's Advance and it just bolt out of it. It's
funny because I totally forgot I have those portal thingies, so I could have
the Demon Gate.
2 different ways I could have, kind of little teleported out of it. So, but it's like all that shit. I haven't had enough use cases to actually use and get
that's
my
the
little
thing,
workflow.
right?
So
when you're playing a class you haven't played for a long time, especially if they've changed, it's like trying to figure out, oh yeah, I have to use this. It's like I started leveling my other shaman, who's enhancement, because, lightning stuff, and it's got a really cool transmog. It's like the brawler's gear, and like the weapons are like the big spiky glove fist weapons. So this is them running around like rock'em sock'em robot shit. But like I did a couple dungeons, and then I realized I didn't once use the spirit wolves for like damage at all, and I'm like, oh, right.
whoops.
Duh. Because like it's all changed a little bit. It's changed since the end of Shadowlands, or like the pre-patch stuff. So I haven't played it and stuff. And I just keep forgetting that. And I was like, oh, well, okay, yeah, I should make it a note to do that. So the next big news thing that came out, looks like a day or two ago, is they announced the dates for BlizzCon. It's going to be November 3rd through the 4th. They're going to be back at the Anaheim Convention Center. And yeah, so that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see.
Blizzard will be waiting for our press passes.
Yeah, if you could send those over there, we would really love to do a live spot called
inside
it would be called F
BlizzCon.
No,
F BlizzCon, yes.
BlizzCon.
F BlizzCon. Yep. I like that. Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it's good to see things starting to get back. It says it's been 4 years.
I don't know.
Maybe 4 years since
really?
the in-person one.
2019.
Yeah, that would have been the last in-person one. So, they did
did they just skip it 1 year?
They did 1 year. They did BlizzCon.
Well, probably because of all the stuff that was going on with Blizzard, like the allegations
the Cosby
and stuff.
Room stuff.
Yeah. Well, all of the stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure probably they didn't want to,
There's been all kinds of things. And so, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. There's not really any type of thing. The only thing they have is Blizzard approved hotel blocks right now, which I don't even know if you can buy tickets. So, yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
Oh, so in the 10.5.1, nope, 10.1.5. God help us if there's a 10.5.1.
10.5.1. We will be fucking done with Dragonflight by then, that's for sure.
Yeah. So they're doing that mega dungeon, which is like the whole infinite time thing. There's gonna be an infinite Dragonflight version of Chromie.
Huh.
Okay. I guess it's not as exciting as I thought it was.
No, sorry.
I mean, that is. What are we talking about then?
What do you mean? Chromie. You know Chromie, right?
Yeah. Wasn't there already an infinite Dragonflight version of her?
I don't think so. It's Morchi, I think, is the name of the character, which is dumb. But I don't remember there being one of her.
Isn't that who she tussled with the whole time?
No, that was a different character. I don't think that was herself.
No, yourself.
Oh.
It was somebody.
Well.
Oh, and I see. Okay,
gosh.
so just back to another thing too. We were talking about one of the bosses is a Ridicron in that dungeon, and I mistakenly thought it was an infinite dragon from the Dragonflight. It's not. It's the fucking Earth incarnate.
Yeah.
I was like,
Same way. When I heard
I
it,
saw
I'm
that
like,
and I went, ooh.
ooh. Yeah.
I made a dummy.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not like it's the first or the last thing that we've done incorrectly on the
Yeah.
podcast. Like, come on now.
Yeah. So it looks like there's some tabards with intriguing names that they got on the 1015 PTR that are associated with apparently like alternate timelines or universes. One's called the Utopian Tabard, which looks like it's got a like a Titan Keeper face on it, and then the other one is called the Victorious Scourge Tabard. So we might be getting to see different timelines of Azeroth where certain things happened. It'd be interesting to see all that kind of stuff.
I do like the crafting thing, how easy it is to recraft weapons or items. Like I know I just had my my weapon recrafted, so that's why I'm thinking about it. But it feels nice to have, you know, a weapon back, not having to worry about weapons. That was my favorite thing about Legion, was they gave you a weapon and it was up to you what you did with that weapon, whether you like grinded it all quickly or you know, kind of kept pace with the different things or whatever. But that was my favorite thing, because you weren't sitting there trying to keep, you know, relying on luck to get a new weapon or not, you know. So yeah, so I enjoyed that. So I like kind of I don't like the crafting system, but I like that it's relatively easy to recraft, you know.
Yes.
I still don't really know a whole lot about it, but because I don't craft, but
It's, I don't know. I kind of gave up on it.
yeah.
It's whatever. So I was looking through some stuff and I came across these pictures. Apparently that mega dungeon, there's going to be all kinds of different versions of Chromie. And I can't wait because it's pretty fucking hilarious.
I mean, I like Chromie.
There's one called Chronosaurus, which is just like one of like the skeletal T-Rexes. There's Chromurgle, which is a Chromie Murgle. There's
That's awesome.
Cthromi, which is a Cthulhu. Like,
Oh, that's funny.
there's Chromie, which is the bird people. So it's a bird version of her. So Crow me. There's Chrome E, which is a mechanome. Like, so it's like
Sure.
like Wally, Chrome E.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's Chronormu, where she's a Tauren.
Okay.
There's Gromi, which I guess she's giant.
Nice.
Chromie.
And then there's a cowboy one called Old Chrome. And what's Chromu? I don't know. It doesn't. I don't get that one.
Why am I so far behind on all my reps?
I don't know. That's pretty fun. Well, because you don't play the game except
How-
to do dungeons.
You ain't
and
repping.
raid.
Yeah. My Valdrakken is at 26 right now, though.
Oh,
Is 30 the
so-
highest?
Yeah,
Ooh.
so close.
My Centaurs are 14. My Niffin are 9. My Tuskar
Niffin
are
are the new ones.
maxed, yeah. And my Dragon Scale is 16. I don't know how that happened because I don't do anything with them.
World Quest and stuff.
I guess I'm just gonna keep pumping it into my Valdrakken.
Yeah.
Because now I'm 27. Ooh, banner toys unlocked. I don't know what that means, but okay. That's
Sounds super exciting though, doesn't it?
Yes, it does sound exciting. Let's see. So there's going to be a new category on the vendor trading post thing called customizations. No clue what that's going to include, but so you got transmog mounts, pets, customizations, and transmog sets.
Wait,
So
what? For what?
the trading post.
It's gonna have transmog mounts.
It already had no. It's transmog.
Oh, mounts,
Mounts.
comma mounts. I was like, oh my god, okay. Are we gonna finally get other mounts so we don't have to roll around on the
yak?
The yak? Yeah.
Yak is the best.
Yak.
No, not.
That was from Ion.
Yeah. What the fuck were they?
The Nyurk.
The Chernik? No.
No, I don't know what they were. I don't remember their names. Nyurk.
Yeah. Those guys were fun. I don't know what else. There's not really a lot going on. You coming raiding on Sunday, Brian? Do you think?
We'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe. It's a maybe. 50-50 chance.
Hey, it's better than 0. So
I guess. I keep seeing more stuff about the WoW Classic Hardcore mode.
Yeah. So there's does that exist now, or is that just kind of like the Iron Man thing?
Well, no, it's a huge supported mod thing.
Yeah.
Is it an actual mod? An add-on?
Well, there's an add-on, and then there's a service where like they have approved people that go through and validate.
Yeah.
And they even have like
Asmongold was
customer
doing
service and stuff.
Doing the Iron Man,
It looks really cool though. Like I feel like I'd be mad, but I don't know. My son was playing it quite a bit too. So
do you just is it just kind of like the Iron Man thing where you sign up for it and it tracks your character? You can't equip certain, like the Iron Man is like you couldn't equip anything higher than green. You couldn't whatever, and it kept track on a website because it would check the armory. And if you died, you lost. If you equipped something higher than a blue, you lost, or higher than green, you lost.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that sounds like it. I haven't done it myself yet, but
yeah, I did it for like an afternoon, and I was bored.
Well, it's funny because another podcast I was listening to, they said that the guy was like, you have to really refine your strategies for near-death experiences. And so it's like, oh man, I never thought about I remember like Classic, you go back through, you get certain areas where there's like a murloc you can't see because the graphics are so bad they blend in, right? Or one spawns out of nowhere behind you. You kind of get yourself in these situations where like you will die quick. Right. And so having to think through those strategies and like react to those things, like, oh man, that's a whole different level. I mean, that's a lot of gameplay I like personally. I just don't know if I could deal with like dying and then starting over. Although, I mean, there being like enough class race combos that it would probably be fun to try each one. I just thought it was really interesting. But I did they said that
they're talking.
Somebody talked about that doing an official hardcore.
That would be cool if they did.
That would be that.
I mean, if they're taking things that the community is doing and they go, hey, that's a good idea. Yeah. Let's go ahead and implement that. Now,
I didn't realize how big it was, but yeah, they got they verify runs. They can, apparently if you get griefed in a certain way, die prematurely, essentially, by another player, you can appeal it and they can review it and then
uncancel you or whatever,
unkill you.
Yeah, because you don't you just don't.
It doesn't.
It just says that you deregister.
Right.
You don't actually you can delete it yourself, but you just unregister.
Yeah.
You're basically
That's really cool. Like I really want to try it, but again, time is my enemy.
Time is money, friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really. No, I wish, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I haven't really seen much. I've seen snippets about it and stuff like that.
Battle Cat.
And Battle Cat's just desperate to get in my lap.
Yeah. Well, he spent all morning in mine, so now that you're home, he's like,
Yep.
No thanks.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for checking us out this week. It's going to be short and simple. Life's been busy, so don't really have a lot of time.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
I will say I enjoyed those in the podcast when I listened to it. They made me laugh. I definitely, they made me laugh. Keep them. Yes.
I'm not taking them out.
Yes. Keep them.
As you can see, I left them in.
I did. And I laughed.
They're pretty good. Damn you Discord for giving that power to everybody.
They were, yes.
All right.
They were very funny. I was laughing.
All right. Again, thank you everybody for listening. It's been fun, and we'll catch you guys next week. You can check us out at facebook.com/server restart in. Choose a tweet at server_restart. And until next week. Bye.
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 Let's do some mythic pluses.